everyone, here is Mac. This is my IOL Page 2 presentation video. In this video, I will simply introduce about my Studio 3 hybrid animation project, Oh My God Help Me, and how I use Illusion of Life to improve the project from week 5 to week 11. Oh My God Help Me is a 2-minute hybrid animation that combines the live action way and 2D animation way. And this is a student work from my Studio 3 in RMIT Uni, and you can see the details things on the pitch video 1. However, to compare with the pitch video 1 that talks about my first 5 weeks work, I did a few changes in the storyboard and the style, all the things like to make the animation more fun and creative. Firstly, about the storyboard, a brief summary of the changes in this 7 weeks period. So, in terms of the story, I still keep the main character like for the original setting for the 2 guards and the 3 human character. But for the dubbing, I try to use a voiceover method with intention that to breaking the first wall to offer the audience a sense of interaction, like from the first view to join the whole story. And to consider with the settings of guard suits, the guards are designed to be employees of a huge company who are responsible to dealing with the things on the earth. The whole story around guards changing the attitude towards human, and the second main change is to drawing style. I tried many different ones as you can see here, and I add a lot of animation for the hands. In the first step, I record the video and rechange the keyframes after post-processing and transform the video into each frame and then just make it as a references to draw them into lines in order to make the picture more clear and simple. To combine the 2D animation for the human character, there are some objects still showing in reality, such as the pen held by the human character you can see here. When the gods puts humans into the oil painting, those physical shots will be replaced by 2D hand drawing, since to focus on distinguish the feeling of 2 words. Now kicks to the week 6 assumptions. I list a few things here as you can see, like considering that the animation is mainly done in the 2D animation way, the most part of that is completed in Procreate or Triple Harmony. The biggest difficulty here is how do I show the difference between human and god, and how do I show the different words, like how do I or let the audience to identify them when they appears in the same picture, like who is god, who is the human. I use actually 2 different drawing style for those 2 words, also for the 2 characters. Therefore, in the week 6 of study, I also tried the production of stop motion animation. It's a really big try, but to be honest, it's not really good working. But I still learned something from that. In the week 7, I firstly list a few binary relationship in my 2D animation work, and 2 of them are most interesting. For the art style, it will be live action and 2D animation, as I mentioned before. I also had the positive and negative attitude here. The combination of 2 different art styles, the emotion contrast, and the transition between each shot and the different colors, all the things are displayed in Oh My God Help Me. For the week 7 of the attempt, I continue the attitude. I continue the idea from the stop motion animation from the last week, and wanted to make a combination of texture, object, and animation, just like collage in Dada. Although the live action are changing to the lines with 2D animation, I still use some real object into some shots. Jump to week 8, as this week's topic linked with stillness. I picked 3 main scenes in the animation. One is a god moving in the gallery behind the paintings, and another one is a Napoleon segment representing the war, where the hair flows of the horse and the movement of the animated human were compared to the background environment like the mountain, while another one is waving fields is representing someone is moving inside, and this one also compared with the distant fields. Comes to week 9, the beginning part of animation is made by lines with no color, where I try to pick the contrast color like yellow and blue, and the yellow one reminds positive while the blue one means negative in common. The color is most in human world, which is in the frame. Like the main color is dark gray here, and since I to achieve oil painting effects, and in order to make audience focus on the character move, a bright light is chosen for the human itself. In this sense, I try to use various color combination here, as you can see. During week 10 and 11 is the end of this animation. Character design was the part I spent most of the time. This is my first attempt to use a full story in animation and multiple characters. I mean like more than one character. The initial goals of my IOL was to make each character appear more dynamic to each overall animation design with more secondary action to make it more real. But in the later attempts, I find that it is more difficult to maintain a balance in this picture, as you see so many characters here, and how should you let the audience focus on each one and know the story. The audience attention will always be one center point. So when some characters need to be dynamic, the processing of other characters becomes a question like, how should I place that? So I designed the 3 human characters with different personality, like one is really active, and one is really lazy, and one is very naughty. So like although they are all looking same, so their personality will make the whole story more logical. Like I can also lead the audience attention, just focus on one character each time, like by using different angles. So that's how I done so far, and I will post all the detailed things on the PDF document. Thanks for your watching, and if you like this project, please see the follow work. I will submit the final one later. Thank you.